Dr. Oshupeng Maseng is a political analyst at the University of Northwest and joins me now. Good evening and welcome, Dr. Maseng. A lot of bullish talk there by Paul Mashatile. He is the happiest ANC leader, he says, as he concludes and leaves. I just want you to touch on the way things have come to the point we are at now, given, the tumultuous process that was also marked by litigation, interdicting the RSC from voting, the histories in the past. Finally, this conference has concluded, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on what this means for both now and the future.
No, thank you very much, and good evening or afternoon to your viewers as well. Look, you see, I've always mentioned for a very long time that the Northwest Province is the most unstable province amongst all these provinces in terms of ANC politics and governance. Now, you remember quite clearly that there has been a lot of court battles towards the Provincial Executive Committee being elected officially. Now, what actually indicates to you now, if you look at the current list of the Provincial Executive Committees, that they try to be accommodative in terms of those that were contesting for the top six. They are included also within the additional members of the PEC. At the same time, I think that there's an element of recycling leadership, because you see people who used to be in the past or the previous Provincial Executive Committee also featuring as additional members. But quite clearly, what I can tell you is that the current premier, is not part of the additional members of the Provincial Executive Committee. So clearly, the intention is clear that Northwest would likely soon be changing premiers, because the premier is not included within the additional members of the Provincial Executive Committee. So clearly there's going to be some kind of reconfiguration. I don't think that the sitting premier now, as we speak, would last even more than 3 months or so.
But Dr. Maseng, given what you're saying now, and then what we heard, which were calls by the newly elected leadership there for unity and organizational renewal, given, as you say, that there is going to be continued instability, this desire of Paul Mashatile for there to be organizational renewal and to focus on the electorate is going to be an unfulfilled desire.
Look, I mean, we currently are facing a situation where we have disgruntled members of the ANC who actually did not want the conference to continue. In addition to that, they actually wanted the whole conference processes to start from scratch. This then suggests or means to us that we still have those members of the ANC that are actually not happy with the outcome of the conference, being that they did not actually participate, or they feel that they were excluded in all conference proceedings from the initial stage up until the last stage of all conference processes. Now, there is no way that you can say that we'll have the stability, political stability with the ANC, considering that you still have those that feel disgruntled and that are unhappy with the leadership that is elected, and they were excluded from conference. So instability is still something that will continue within the ANC, particularly in this province.
Well, someone's desperately trying to get hold of you. I hope everything's okay. But Dr. Maseng, there were warnings to all in attendance from NEC member Obed Bapela that the ANC's dwindling numbers will worsen if it doesn't get its act together. And he made a pointed example of factions which have wreaked havoc on the party. Then you also have Paul Mashatile's desire again, want to win decisively. We don't want to hand over our government to others. Do you think that they can achieve this in the months ahead? Okay, I think we've lost Dr.
Yes,
Maseng.
I'm with you. Sorry about that. I think I had not a problem. Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Did you hear the question?
Yeah, I had the question. Look, you can speak organizational renewal, unity, and all those things. But the reality remains that if you have disgruntled members and you are sitting with provincial leadership in government of the ANC that is not even included in the provincial executive committee, clearly that is a sign of divisions. So you can speak unity, renewal, and all those things, but if you are not having any strategy or plans in place to actually deal with uniting the organization, it's unfortunate for the ANC. And there's one thing that people actually overlook, that within this particular province, and you look at local municipality elections and all those things, we tend to have a situation whereby there's an emergence of this political party called Forum for Service Delivery, which is actually a challenge to the ANC, particularly at local government level, because it finds resonance. Now, you speak unity, you speak renewal, you speak pulling the masses behind you, the electorate behind you, in order for you to maintain power. But you still have these minor political parties which find resonance at local government level, where power is actually based, that are challenging the ANC. So the ANC does not have its own challenges internally, but there are external challenges as well.
Thanks.
You speak the economic freedom fighters, you speak Forum for Service Delivery, and so forth and so forth.
Dr. Maseng, thank you very much for that. And you and I suppose, and everyone else in the country will be watching how this particular scenario plays out, both in the run-up to the National Conference and the all-important election in 2024. We appreciate your time. On that note, we take a break, and we are back straight after.